Welcome back to Warriors Weekly, presented by Esurance. Now here's the Warriors owner Peter Guber and guard Steph Curry in our behind-the-scenes feature.
Hi, I'm Peter Guber, and this is Winning Voices. In my career in movies, television, sports, new media, entrepreneurism, and academia, I've had the opportunity to meet the best and the brightest, the leaders in all those fields. And what I found they all had in common was their ability to tell a purposeful story to win. I want to share those voices with you so that you can tell to win. Stephen Curry has an interesting pedigree. His father is Del Curry, a longtime NBA champion, a terrific player. He grew up under his auspices, but he was smaller. He wasn't 7'2". He went to a school, Davidson, didn't get into the school that his dad got into. And he was always questioned, are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it? You're too small. He had to face no constantly. Rejection was part of his game. How did he turn that rejection into success to become an important high draft pick and a young star in the NBA Golden State Warriors? Let's see. Steph, you know, all of us have faced rejection. In my business, movies and television, rejection is part of it. And rejection is a hard thing to deal with. But you dealt with a lot of rejection and you turned it into an asset from a liability. Someone said, too small. Yeah, I know you came from a great heritage. Your father was Del Curry, but too small. Can't make it in the big league. Can't make it to the college level. Aren't going to get drafted. And somehow, you didn't buy that story. When you heard that story, what did you do?
It turned into motivation to kind of, just prove them wrong and, not for me to stand over them and be like, I told you, but just for me to feel good about myself that I overcame, some criticism and adversity to get to, the level that I wanted to be. So them telling me that I wasn't good enough and I wasn't big enough and wasn't tall enough and fast enough, I worked on those things and I tried to, really focus on the things that I did well, that I could, provide for the next level, and ended up at Davidson in a great school that really fit me, and took that and used it to kind of get to the NBA now. So it's just a great story and a great, overcoming adversity.
Somewhere along the way, that transformation of being able to go from no to on, no, you can't, you turning it to on, somewhere in there, that was put into your culture. Was it your dad? Was it your mom? Was it your family, your priest, your coach? Who said, don't buy that story to you?
It was my high school coach, a guy named Sean Brown, who coached me for 4 years. When he started getting the first pushback of, hey, I don't think Steph's good enough. He motivated me to say, hey, I'm not getting the results that we wanted, but I still believe in you, and I still think that you can get to that level.
Leadership's an important part of any organization to succeed in, whether it's movies or television or sports or government or business. Leadership is crucial. And you have a quiet style, and you have a very controlled style. How do you use that as a leadership style for your teams, either in college or in the professional team?
I think my approach is, as long as the leader, the point guard, stays composed, guys feel calm and feel like they can get through those times where there's not a sense of panic. And for me, I'm gonna say something tough, but I'm not gonna get in a guy's face and try to rev up the energy. It's more just about staying composed and getting through those situations. So kind of leading by example.
So when you see somebody either on that team or your team, Golden State Warriors, or in your life in business that has a lousy story that he's telling himself or herself, I mean, really, you can just see it. They're just on the bad side of the story. What do you say to them? Because you can't just get rid of their bad story. What do you try to do with them to try to shape a different impression or shape a different result?
It's just about highlighting the good times and the bigger picture that everybody's working towards, and that story is going to relate to somebody when they tell it, and that might be the driving home point. When looking back, like I had a terrible 2 weeks, but I got through it and figured out a way to be successful through that. Somebody's going to relate to that down the road.
Do you think a coach, you've been coached by all kinds of people, including your dad, and a coach who's in essence tells the story of the team, tells the story of your role, can really make a difference, not just teaching the skills. I'm talking about narrating the game plan, narrating how you should manage yourself, how you should manage your emotions in the game. think a coach in telling those stories makes a difference in the success of a team?
If a coach can bring that kind of wisdom to the team through the way that they tell their story, or Coach Smart, who's our coach now for the Golden State Warriors, he definitely tells a story of being on the go, having to deal with being overseas and playing, and having to be always mentally prepared for any battle he was going into, and didn't make excuses for himself. That really resonates with the players, and when he tells that, we all can relate to it and feel that energy and play a little harder. A coach can verbalize that in a way that's going to unify the team, because everybody has to bring their own individual identities to the team identity if you're going to be successful, and I think the coach can make that happen.
What story did your dad tell you, or did you see yourself that said, I can use him as an example, not as a limitation?
He just verbalized to me, it's all about you. Don't worry about me and the expectations that people are putting on you because of where I've been. But use my wisdom that I'm going to give to you and the platform that you're on to kind of overcome that, and the success will be that much more special in the end when you do make it.
You're going to use these tools, you think, as life tools, as business tools after basketball?
Definitely. I think for me, it's about observing what's going on in the moment right now. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, but I think for me, it's definitely not taking for granted the opportunity to be around a bunch of great guys who are going to teach me things, who are going to make me better as a person, and hopefully we have a great story to make in the next few years, where it's not just about winning a championship, but it's about the life lessons that you learn that you can take to different areas in your life. So I'm starting a family, and it can maybe bring the lessons I learned in basketball to that, and hopefully touching a lot of people with the story that we're going to make here with my team.
That's great. Thanks.